In this video here, I'm gonna show you the difference in the way that the voltage meter now reads battery voltage. Ever since I put the ignition diodes in there, in the ignition line, it makes the current read a little more accurately. Mainly because the currents are slowed down when they pass through the diodes, so it's kind of regulating power a little bit. But anyways, so with this, it's got a little bit more of an accurate reading on the battery. When the engine's off, you'll notice that it's down a little bit more, just because it's reading the voltage that's coming off of the battery. But as soon as you get the start, you get that power back. This vehicle runs on a high amperage alternator, for one, so that's, that'll bring up the voltage meter a little bit faster. But this is just a real simple demonstration. So right here, as you start it up, the normal Triton motors and Ford things will read just above at about 3/4 constantly all the time until the battery is dead. That's not very beneficial at all, because it does not display what you need to know. It'll give you a positive 12 amp or 14 amp current all the way down until it's got nothing but 1 amp. So it's not very accurate until now. This diode helps regulate that and make it a little bit easier. So as you'll see, when I turn on the headlights, it's going to drop a little bit and read it better. And then as I pull the fog lamps, you'll get a little bit more of a drop, not a whole lot. Now it's reading at about, well, obviously there's no numbers on this one, but I'm just going to take a guess at around 12 or 13 amps. And that's what's coming into the vehicle. That's not what you're going to get out of your starter, obviously. Because the starters on these vehicles are somewhere around 400 amps. So it's a lot more regulated as it gets into here. And that's why they read so inaccurately, is because the batteries on these vehicles are really high amperage. So as you add stuff into the power here, though, like the air conditioning, you'll just keep noticing that the battery goes down. And that's just displaying what kind of starting amperage you're losing here. And it's pretty easy to tell that it's making a difference. As I turn the lights off and the fan off, blower motor, all that, and whatnot, you'll see that the power went back up. So it makes a pretty substantial difference here. Now I've got it in the parking light mode, so it's gonna keep the lights on while I start it. So here we go. So as you'll see, when you start it, it goes back down. It's also regulated. Now it's running, so you'll see that it starts to climb back up a little bit, and that's different. It also reads a little bit better when you get the RPM slowed down a little bit and put it in reverse, because you'll see that it's slowing down the alternator. And so that's an accurate reading right about there at somewhere around 14. As you give it a little bit of gas on the engine, you'll notice it climbs a little bit, and that's normal of an engine. So back into park, it's going to go back up. So it's obviously a lot better of a feature, and it helps you out a little bit. So thanks for watching, and I'll still have to put a video up on how to make that. So once again,